Alright, what's today's date? The 6th? Say what's up.
Hi.
Krista.
Hi.
You become like my ghost hunt buddy now.
I am.
I know.
Only
Normally,
when it's not spooks.
yeah, you're kind of scared last night. Anyone who watches the video from last night was a little.
I was terrified.
So normally it's Lee and Alex, but they only come out once. This shit is overgrown as fuck.
Is that fog up there?
Where?
Straight ahead on the path. You see it? Is that?
I gotta turn this light off. Alright, this. Here, will you film?
Okay.
Careful, it's kind of high grass. I need to come in here without tell them to let me weed whack. That's what I do for a living. I weed whack the cemetery. My job. This is actually the cover of my Ghost Journal book. Like there's multiple covers. I only pressed it up one time, but there's another one that has this face on it. One of them has this is the main face on it with the back cover, and then it has the layout. But we used this stone, the crying woman with the marble, she's crying, and the copper and everything. We used this to make the Ghost Journal one, and there's 4 different faces. And Thomas came. We were at Thomas's earlier. He came over and got a bunch of photos and stuff and made a bunch of different versions. So when I press it up again, which I'm getting ready to, I'm gonna do it when we get back from New Orleans in August. Right, because I don't want to spend money right now. It's like $600 to make more. So when we get back and I have some extra money, I'll use my credit card. I'll press it up again, and it'll have a different cover. And then eventually I'll go back to the original cover with the barcode. Like I like to make limited pressings and stuff like that. But there's a couple different variants I like to have for collectors and shit like that. But this is a pretty sick stone. If you come over here, you want to go whatever way you want. Come check it out over here.
Why is she crying?
Apparently she's grieving something. I don't know the whole story behind it. Someone says she like walks around at nighttime. I've been here by myself like 15 times. I've never seen.
Is there a plaque that describes it or no?
No.
Interesting.
It's the dopest tombstone in here though. Oh, there's a hornet's nest up there.
Oh wow, that's pretty cool.
Alright, cool. So let's head on to the old part of the cemetery. Me and Alex came here the other day and actually walked around. Whenever I come to the cemetery, I focus on that stone and over there, the old part, which is from like the late 1600s, early 1700s, and it has all the red sandstone graves. This is a fucking awesome cemetery. If you like epitaphs, if you like grave rubbing, if you like to like look at all cool like death's heads and cool old stones, this is a honey hole of a cemetery. This is fucking one of the best ones in Connecticut to come to. It's a little shitty because it's along the train track, so the train comes every 15 minutes, so you'll see the train coming, and there's condos right there, it's well lit up, which gives it kind of, it's not as scary. Like I could walk around this one at nighttime scratching my balls, no problem, not even scared a little bit. Like yesterday when we were in fucking that one yesterday in Race Hill Road, she was in the car, I was in the cemetery. That one was like kind of dark. It wasn't as big as this, but that one was a little freaky. This one is like, this is beginner shit. This is like beginner level, but I said I'm gonna give you a tour of all the ones that I go through. So this is kind of a cool one. Like I said, if you do want to just visit a cool cemetery in the daytime, right now it's very highly grown. I should try to see who is in charge of that. But over here it's a little newer. You got the obelisk, the granite stones, the limestone starts coming in and everything like that. It's like, you know, mid 1800s and stuff like that. Still old, don't get me wrong, but I'm a fan of the 1600s, the 1700s and stuff. And that's up here. You got the one mausoleum. I like the sphere right there though. That's cool. That's like a nice piece just right in the middle. Back in the day, like people had like stuff like that, just a big sphere and a big obelisk, and it symbolized wealth and power and everything like that. Me and my boys joke around. Whenever we see really big obelisks, we say that guy got the biggest dick in the cemetery. And I'm not meaning that he actually has the biggest dick in the cemetery. What I mean is he got the fattest wallet in the cemetery. You know, they did an article on me in Uprocks, and this kid Davison, his name was Davis Richardson, and he works for Uprocks, and Uprocks is a pretty big online thing, and they did a dope ass article about me, called me like the fucking New Haven Peter Steele and shit. It was a real sick article, and we were like, yo, that guy got it was me and my boy Joe who died, and Davis, and we were doing that. We're like, yo, that guy got the biggest dick in the cemetery, and he wrote that in the article about how like we do dick measuring contests in death and shit, and I don't think he got the joke, because you gotta like know me and Joe how we joke around to get it, but Like I could be like, that dude right there got the biggest dick, meaning, like I said, that his wallet was, you know, he had the most. If you got a 30-foot obelisk next to a fucking 20-foot one, you know, your wallet was the fattest back in the day, and it was all about whatever. But me personally, I like the spear the best. I think the coolest thing in here is the mausoleum, followed by the crying woman, followed by the spear. All the obelisks, there's a lot of them. That spear is the only one like that. It stands out. I would rather have the spear than the obelisk, if you ask me. Like if I had to pick one or the other. But like, I like a lot of these ones too. I'm gonna try to read. We only got like, oh, this is, they cut it. They cut it. Sweet. It's not high. Remember, like, we came here a couple days ago and it was fucking mad high?
Mm-hmm.
Or I came here with Alex. Was it with you or was it with Alex?
Alex.
I come here so much, I don't even know. This is like, Alex hasn't been here in a while. And like, I came here by my. No, I came here. Remember me? You were pissing me off, so you stayed in the car.
That was
our first little argument. And I was like, I'm gonna go in by myself. So I came in by myself. And then I came and walked around, whatever, and then I came back out and you're like, I'm sorry, I love you so much. And you're all like sweet. And then I came back like 2 days later, I hung out with Alex. Normally I go up to Meriden with Alex, and he came down here and he's like, you wanna, I forget where we went. We went here, and we went, that's why I have a journal and I write everything down. We went somewhere else, but he's like, you wanna go to Milford? And I'm like, yeah, I just went there, but we walked around over there, and then like, yeah, because if you look right there, right against the mausoleum, you see how it looks like there's a body? It's a stone, and the way that
freaked us out one of the times.
Yeah, like every time I see it, I'm like, oh, it's just that stone. But it's like if you didn't know any better and you were like a newbie ghost hunter and you looked over there, it looks like there's a person right there. Like directly from this view, it looks like there's a person standing straight, the way they are with their arms out. But it's one of those. It's a granite stone that has like the top on it that comes like that with the ball on the head, and it looks like the shape of a person. It's like about 6 feet tall. I mean, it's pretty scary if you don't know any better, you know what I mean? But yeah, I'm pretty sure I came here with Alex and we walked around this and it was all overgrown. Okay. Hear the wicked, cease from trouble. Yeah, I read this to you already and you tried to interfere with me and I got mad. I was like, let me finish. Troublings. Hear the weary are at rest. Entombed is here deposited. The dear remains of Mrs. Margaret DeWitt, the imitable consort of Garrett V.H. DeWitt, who closed her eyes upon a vain world, February 11th. That's Alex's birthday, and I read it to him, and he's like, oh shit. 1794.
Wait, February 11th?
February 11th is 2/11. That's Alex's birthday. Yeah, my boy Alex. I have like 3 best friends: Alex, Ron, and Anthony. Alex's birthday.
That's one of my best friends' birthdays too.
Alex's birthday is February 11th, 1794. You know, I'm kind of happy Anthony came over today. I haven't seen him in a while. He just stopped by. My friends have the keys to my studio. Age 54. Her explanatory. What's that? Conduct in life, her unparalleled patience when wrecked with pains the most excruciating, and her perfect resignation in her last illness disarmed the king of terrors of his sting and softened him to a prince of peace. That shit is fire. Fire. That shit is flames, yo. That's like the dopest one I've ever read in my life. It's too bad that it doesn't have like a cooler head on it. I got a couple rubbings of this one actually at the studio. It's like, it's not horrible looking, but that's a sick epitaph. That shit is so dope. So there's one in here named Mary Fowler. And it said how the worms ate her body. And we looked at like that kid Jake Law. Remember I told you that the kid that was the
Jonathan Law's
great grandson. Me and him, I actually messaged him the other day. I wonder what he's doing. But so that's the Jonathan Law table. We did a bunch of EVPs over there. I saw a ghost over on one of these tables with my boy Marto. The first story in the Ghost Journal book takes place here with my boy, my longtime homie Anthony Martone, his little sister Ashley. Not to be confused with a different Ashley, but like, Ashley Martone. And I was like, yo, can I take your sister ghost hunting? She wants to come. I'm not going to try to like kick it to your sister. And he's like, yo, you're my boy. I got you, whatever. So I took her here. We took the train. We walked in through here. And then we saw something walking around. And then she called her boyfriend. I think his name was Chris. He was a little Italian kid, meathead, kind of like short and stocky, a lot of muscles. And that's the first time I ever parked where we are now. She parked over there, and I'm like, oh, I could just go in this way. In the meantime, I've been parking over there along like the courthouse on that side and walking in through that yard over there. That way is way much easier. So that night changed the course of how I came here, because it's been 10 years now, because ever since then I park in that little condos and come down that side way. Before then I was coming there. Anyways, we came back in here and we're all walking around and we're like, yo, if we see someone and they're tripping or whatever like that, I'm 6'4", I'm a pretty big guy, you're pretty jacked, you know what I'm saying? Together, like we could handle it. You know, if some dude was in here acting a fool, we could handle him, you know what I'm saying? So we come over here, and I don't know if it was that one or that one. It was one of the tabletop graves. They have new granite slabs on them. Originally, they were original at the time. Those are like